In the 1NZ car, coming to us all the way from New Zealand, it's going to be Michael Pickens. Michael Pickens going into battle in a King chassis as well here tonight, and he will start from the pole position in car 1NZ, the RMS Motorsports EnviroFab race car. 18 cars, 20 laps the distance.
Ben, did you buy a 50-50 ticket?
No, sir, I did not.
You should have.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we're going to give that away after either the first or the second late model feature. And I'm just going to say someone's going to walk out of here real happy. On the outside, 20 laps is the distance. St. Louis, it is time to go racing with the Midgets.
Green flag is up, and Pickens jumps to the lead. Kyle and Larson got to fall back, possibly to third. Here comes Sammy Swindell. Nope, Larson goes into the second spot, Swindell in third.
Those are the top three cars. They get through turns 1 and 2. Oh, baby. Larson looked down to the inside of Pickens over the three. Pickens got a little high coming off the corner. He's able to hang on. Pickens, Larson, Swindell, 1, 2, 3.
Michael Pickens first down in the dome. And look out, we got one turned around. That's going to be Giovanni Selzy in car number 84. And we got some other stops back. I believe Ethan Mitchell may be involved. And one more entry as well. That looks like that's... Who else have we got back there? Can't quite see him from here.
Ethan Mitchell, Dylan Welch, and Gio Selzy.
Wow.
Poor Dylan Welch, that's 2 accidents now he's been caught up in that have not been his fault. When we take a look at the FK Ride-Ins instant replay. Well, it looked like the 84 Gio Selzy just had the tail end of that car come out from underneath and coming off the corner there, Blake. Blake's down there surveying the damage. Blake Anderson, what do you see down there?
Well, Gio Selzy has some bars bent on the front end, but the nerf bar is pretty dinged up, but the car's rolling. Dylan Welch, everything should be okay for his 81 car. Just a little bumper car action there, but other than that, all is all right in the 81. And Ethan Mitchell getting ready to refire as well.
All right, well, unofficially 1 lap down, 19 laps remaining. In tonight's midget feature, Michael Pickens is your leader, Kyle Larson second, Sammy Swindell third, Tanner Thorson fourth, and Cannon McIntosh rounds out the top 5. Again, 1 lap in to tonight's midget A main. What about the start Michael Pickens got there, Ben? He got a good start, jumped out to the lead, and then went down in turns 3 and 4 and almost tripped a little too high.
Yeah, he did, but man, he got a great start. Sammy Swindell got a good start as well. Larson shot back up into that second spot. Swindell sitting in third, Tanner Thorson in fourth, Cannon McIntosh in front.
Second place, Kyle Larson chooses the inside lane, so he'll be inside. Sammy Swindell outside, Tanner Thorson inside, McIntosh outside. That's your top 5. 1 lap scored, 19 laps to go in your Friday night midget A main.
Looking at green flags back out on that turn number 4. A little bit of a wheelie there for Pickens. Sammy Swindell thinking about a slider. 3 wide for the lead for a minute. Pickens shoots to the lead down the back straightaway. Maintains the top spot. Swindell up to second. Now Larson's got his hands full. Here comes Cannon McIntosh looking for Turkey Night Grand Prix redemption here tonight.
Jonathan Beeson just gave the AS car up into the 5 spot as well with a nasty slider down in turns 3 and 4. Keep your eyes on the AS. Larson's falling back and forth. McIntosh third, Swindell second, and right now the old trail your race leader, Michael Pickens.
Right now these midgets setting up blistering pace around this oval, earning 11-second laps as they work on turning number 4, and Pickens is driving away from it, and Swindell's going to have his hands full, because here comes McIntosh. We got one turned around.
Tanner Thorson.
Thorson gets turned around back right for that driver. He was running in the 5th position.
Yep, Tanner Thorson looked like he just maybe wheel hopped there coming off the 4th corner, and that 19 car went around, and that puts us under yellow. 4 laps down, 16 laps to go in your A main for the midgets.
Thorson, tonight's quick timer. It will be fun to watch him if he's able to refire here. I gotta imagine he will. Everything looks okay in that Smith Precision Products 19 car. To come from the tail, we're gonna get a pretty good show here.
And I don't know if you saw it or not, Blake, but Jonathan Beeson just threw a nasty slider on a couple guys down in turns 3 and 4 to move up into that 5th spot.
Jonathan Beeson, a guy the past couple of years just hasn't run a full-time schedule. He gets in a car part-time and is always impressive. And it seems like when we get to the Chili Bowl in a couple of weeks, he's going to be a contender there every single year at his hometown race.
Well, they're able to get the fire rebuilt for the 19 of Tanner Thorson. He rejoins the field at the tail. Lineup looks good. Again, 4 laps down, 16 laps to go. Michael Pickens, Sammy Swindell, Cannon McIntosh, your top 3 cars.
Green flags back out. Pickens gets a good start. Cannon McIntosh does not. He slips backwards. Meanwhile, Pickens wrestles with the pushing down at 1-2. Drops away from him down the back straightaway.
Good racing from about 4th spot on back, and Michael Pickens just picks up right where he left off, and that is just handling this field. Sammy Swindell going to try to get chased. Now Kyle Larson has rebounded, kind of line to his light. Again, Larson hit the Lucas number 1 here in the third. He's trying to take second away off quarter number 4.
Larson takes it away from Sammy, moves up to second. Swindell back to third. Meanwhile, your leader's Pickens. Can he keep the 1K car behind him of Kyle Larson?
Good battle for the 5th spot as Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has moved the 17 JR down to the inside and taken that spot away. Jake Dillon right there in the 6th spot. Up front though, Kyle Larson slowly starting to close into the race leader Michael Pickens this time by. He laps down 12 to go.
Approaching the halfway point and telling the field only a straightaway in front of your leaders. Lap traffic could be a factor in this one tonight, Dustin.
No doubt about that, Ben, as these lap cars are side by side, nearly through line at times, not too far in front of your race leaders. The top 2 cars have stretched out to the side for the range, and Sammy Swindell slides to a stop over in turns 1 and 2, and the caution flag is out.
Bad news for Sammy Swindell, and I tell you what, bad news for us because the leaders were catching the tail of the pack. It was going to be entertaining in traffic, but caution waves 1 lap short of the halfway mark for Sammy Swindell, who whoops it around up in turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, he was running in the 3rd spot, Ben. I saw it. He just kind of wheel hopped and lost the tail end of that race car. But man, what a torrid pace Michael Pickens and Kyle Larson are setting up the. I mean, they stretched out to almost a full straightaway advantage, and as you had talked for that yellow, they were quickly closing in on the back of the field. They are very happy to see the caution for that reason. They're not happy to see it for the fact they had such a sizable lead.
Well, right now, racetrack got a little bit of character in different places for these midgets, and it's interesting watching these drivers maneuver. Blake Anderson, you got to be impressed right now with Michael Pickens. What do you think it's going to take for that 1NZ to get the win here tonight?
He's going to have his hands full, but Michael Pickens is a heck of a shoe. For a guy that back home, some unfortunate circumstances have not allowed him to race as much the last couple of weeks. Whenever he gets behind the wheel of a midget, it's home for him, and he's no slouch behind the wheel of a midget, that's for sure. He'll give Larson, he'll make him earn it.
Lights are
McIntosh, impressive.
And McIntosh is having a great run tonight, Blake.
All right, lineup looks good, guys. 9 laps are complete, 11 laps to go. Green's going to wave this time. Pickens, Larson, McIntosh, Stenhouse, Beeson, your top 5 cars, and we're back underway.
Green flags in there. Pickens pulls a wheelie. McIntosh thinks about a slaughter for the lead. Pickens bobbles. Oh, look out! We got 2 upside down as they went 4 wide for the lead. And total chaos up in turn number 2. Dustin, I'm not even sure what just happened.
I don't know either, but Jonathan Beeson and Clinton Boyles are the cars that went upside down. Boyles went for a wild ride over there in the corner.
And Boyles out of the car.
Not very happy right now, it would appear, as he has made his way out of that race car. Wow. Wild ride for those drivers up there. And they were 4 wide coming out of turn number 2, and that's when the chaos ensued. I'm sure here in a second we'll have the FK Rod-Ins instant replay. Right now checking on all the drivers up there.
That was a wild restart to say the least, and they were 4 wide. You had guys coming from 4th up to 1st and trying to throw sliders on other guys, and that was again just kind of as the theme has been all night long. Really no shortage of entertainment. Certainly not the way Clinton Boyles and Jonathan Beeson want to see their night end, though.
Well, Blake Anderson, you're up there in turn number 2. What are you seeing from that melee?
Well, Jonathan Beeson might be able to refire here. Clinton Boyles hopping back in the car. Replay on the screen, FK Rod-Ins replay there, and boy, cars all over the place there, guys.
Yeah, if we can roll that again, turn, it's kind of hard to process because there were so many things happening and so many guys making moves. If we can roll that back here in a second, we'll see exactly. Looked like Beeson may have got chopped down by somebody, but not totally sure because it happened so quick. We'll watch again. And here is another view. And you see Pickens bobble on the cushion, and that is, it looks like Pickens and Beeson going for the same piece of real estate, and then you see Clinton Boyles flipping into the picture as well.
Hey guys, Clinton Boyles down here strapping back in the car. Just talked with him real quick. He's gonna try to give it a go. Front end just has the slightest of bends in it, but
You're kidding
I think
me.
it might be drivable.
Clinton Boyles just rolled that car 3.5 times. He's going to get back in it and try to run
He
it.
is strapping in.
Oh,
Drag
my.
link's bent a little bit on it, but nothing too terrible, guys. So he's going to give it a shot. Dylan Welch just once again, wrong place, wrong time, nowhere to go, but everything looks good to go on Dylan's car, and he'll be able to refire.
I tell you what else, I cannot wait to see later the footage. I see Dirt on Dirt's own Tim Truex down there, and of course
Yes.
he is the open wheel guru, if you will, and he was down there shooting, so I cannot wait to see what he got on that. He had a front seat and a front row seat for that thing as
Gosh, look at
chaos
that.
in front of him.
Tim Truex, Derek Kessinger, and Heath Lawson down there together. There are lies being told in that group.
Well, look at these two.
Yes.
At these two. Good to have Heath
If
here with us this
Heath
weekend.
Lawson was a good photographer, he would have had pictures of that too.
I don't think Boyles and Blake looks like they might just push that car back to the pit area. He's going to lean and get a word with him. We'll get an update from Blake. Blake, what's the word?
Well, Clinton Boyles said it broke the ignition switch off, so he's done.
Out of all that, the ignition switch is what broke.
Exactly what I would have guessed,
Jonathan
right?
Beeson, I'm not sure if we can get a camera on his car here on the back stretch where I'm walking up to, or how close we can get. Robert's walking over. The fuel cell knocked off kilt a little bit. It was pouring a little bit of fuel out, but Jonathan's going to be, he thinks he's going to be good to go. It's not pouring any fuel out right now, so just a little bit was coming out when it was on its side, but you can see it here on the back. It's definitely off kilter, guys.
I'm wondering, I see that, and I am wondering maybe from a safety standpoint if track officials will allow the 8J of Jonathan Beeson to continue. And understandably, it says roll the dice on the back of it too.
It's not leaking at all right now, though, guys. The Hard 8 team, you can see it on the dice there, the Hard 8. That's the name of the team. Canner Racing.
Insanity. Well, Blake, you saw that restart come out, and I mean, what was it like from the infield as those guys literally went 4 wide?
That was wild. And I think you hit the nail on the head saying Michael Pickens, the lucky guy there, because he was quickly shuffled back to third.
Yes, there was no doubt about that. But I was as entertaining as turns 1 and 2 was, guys. I was more interested to see what was going to happen down in turns 3 and 4. Because I don't think we were done seeing sliders being thrown and some Christmas card names being checked off a list as well.
With 9 laps in the books and 11 to go, these guys are just kind of starting to get their bearings.
Out in the 1Z of Michael Pickens. Google it, and you can read the stories and come to your own conclusion. So.
Yeah, you can decide if manhandle was the right term.
I think, I was going to say, can we all agree that was maybe a bit overboard?
A bit? That's probably putting it lightly.
I mean, all right. 9 laps down, 11 laps to go, and your Friday night midget feature. It's going to be Michael Pickens out front, Kyle Larson second, Sammy Swindell third, Cannon McIntosh fourth, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. fifth. Well, we go back to green flag racing, I believe, although I believe we lost the 17 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in that.
Not seeing that car out there. I guess we lost him in the chaos of everything else. The lights are out, Dustin.
I said Sammy Swindell. He was in the accident before that. So, so we lost Ricky Stenhouse Jr. So it'll be Jake Newman now up into the top 4.
That's right. Green flag's out. 1 lap away from halfway. We'll see how turns 1 and 2 play out this time. And Pickens gets up much better on that top 4. Turns 1 and 2. McIntosh with a slider. Larson drops back around and gets to the second spot.
3 wide back there behind them for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th with Pickens. Very good on that restart, pulling away from Kyle Larson. Larson now under fire from Cannon McIntosh. 10 laps down, 10 laps to go in your midget A main.
Out front, Pickens leads away. Larson trying to really let McIntosh losing ground here. Top 2. 9 laps to go. Top 3. Lock into Saturday night's feature. The winner gets $3,000.
Tanner Thorson now starting to work his way back up through the field, guys. He was past Jake Newman, moved up into the 6th spot. He's now going to try to work down to the inside. With 22 is Sean McClellan and take over the 5th spot. Move Tanner Thorson up into the top 5. Sammy Swindell slow in the back stretch. His night is done.
Sammy Swindell out of this party here at Isley up to 7 laps remaining. That battle for the lead getting tighter and tighter. Could there be a potential slide off the lead coming for a second night in a row with closing laps, Dustin?
We may indeed have that as Kyle Larson has closed the gap. considerably under race leader Michael Pickens. It seems like it takes Larson a lap or two to get going. He's going to throw it early, though. Looks down the inside of Pickens, not able to make the pass right there this time by 5 laps remaining in the battle for the lead.
Battle between the top two, just 5 more times around the speedway. Here comes Larson. No, Pickens slams into Larson over the top side. Pickens slides across the corner. Larson with a big run down to the back straightaway off into 3 and 4. He's going to do a drive drop through turns 3 and 4. And you got a new leader, Kyle Larson.
Yep, Pickens trying to slide back underneath. He's going to try to get down in turns 1 and 2, but just not enough momentum. Now the thing is with 4 laps to go. Kyle Larson's going to close in on the back of the field. This race is not over yet. Pickens staying with it. Cannon McIntosh trying to close in on that lead. There are 3 laps remaining in the in-lap traffic.
3 to go in the 1K, leads the way as he goes over the lap traffic. Kyle Larson leading the way. That iRacing team race car. Oh, he has to check up just a little bit as he catches the lap car of Garrett. Off into turns 1 and 2. Here comes Pickens.
Here comes Pickens down to the inside as Larson gets trapped behind the lap car. And Larson makes a nice move. White flag is out. Final time around in 1 car, slow on the track, and that holds up the leaders. Here comes McIntosh.
Jake Newman to the infield. Hold on to it. Michael Pickens down the back straightaway. Kyle Larson takes him off into 3 and 4. You're winning night number 2 at the Dome. It's a young money Kyle Larson coming home in the second spot. It's going to be Cannon McIntosh and Michael Pickens, the third and final locked-in car. Then Tanner Thorson from the back. Colbo down with a good run in 5th. Finishing in position number 3 after leading much of the feature out of Auckland, New Zealand, Michael Pickens, the 1NZ. Bixby, Oklahoma's Cannon McIntosh from 6th to 2nd on the final lap in the 08. And how about it for your winner out of Elk Grove, California, the Lucas Oil iRacing Findlay Farms Magic Motorsports sponsored King race car with Speedway Toyota power for young money, Kyle Larson. Oh, Blake, that one got really chaotic in the end, and Jake Newman pulling off in front of your leaders, I believe. Just about disaster for both of them.
Yeah, that got wild coming to the white flag off of turn number 4 as Kyle Larson pulls to a stop, climbing out of the car, makes some noise for young money, Kyle Larson. Well, we will get the victory lane backdrop out as he rolls Lucas Oil iRacing McDonald's 1K through victory lane, the helmet off. And promoter Cody Summer going to help Kyle roll that 1K into our impromptu victory lane, Sunoco Racing Fuels victory lane. Well, that was a show. Kyle, certainly one that he had to earn there, tracking down Michael Pickens. As the Sunoco Racing Fuels hat grabs that, and now 6 or 7 behind the wheel of his own car. And Kyle, that's one you had to earn. About 7 or 8 to go. Michael Pickens had you by a straightaway. Does that just put the driver into kill mode there to rope him in?
Yeah, I just was doing such a bad job on the restarts. I couldn't take off, and then it took me a couple laps, and I could get going pretty good. I was making up a lot of time to him, to Michael on entry of 1, and then he was still running a little higher in 3 and 4, so I could make up ground over there. So was able to get by him and keep my momentum up to keep him from sliding me when I got to the lead. So that was a fun race, though. The track is rough and technical, but fun. So just once again another good car. Had to work for that one, but hope you fans enjoyed it. Hope we can put on another good show tomorrow.
With a couple of laps to go, you got to lap traffic. Just how hectic did things get there with trying to decide when the right time to move past the lap car?
Yeah, I followed the 15 for a full lap. I didn't expect him to go to the top in 1, and knew I gave up a bunch of time right there. So I was trying to watch the big screen to see how close they were behind me, and it seemed like Michael maybe or Cannon got battling, and I think the white was coming out that time. So just knew I had to get through 3 and 4 without bouncing super bad. But it was fun. Getting to enter on the fence in a 1 was cool.
about the last 5 weeks driving this car. 6 wins, not too bad. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. No, thanks to Lucas Oil and iRacing and everybody who helps out with this team. It's couldn't do without them, so it's been a pleasure to drive.
Well, Kyle Larson, he is certainly on fire. Crew Chief Paul Silva over here, he said, I never worked on a midget before 6 weeks ago. Well, they got 6 wins in 7 races, so